British Airways, Virgin Atlantic and Qantas have removed the Queen of the Skies from their fleets, while other airlines will come back with smaller stables of 747s post-pandemic. But what happens to retired aircraft now, and just how do you scrap a jumbo jet? Despite the 747 falling out of favour with passenger airlines, the type is still very much in demand by cargo carriers. As there is no fundamental difference in the hardware used on the passenger or cargo version, the second-hand market for parts remains strong and is likely to be for some time to come. As such, the companies tasked with breaking up the airframe must do so carefully to preserve the saleable parts in good condition. High-value items include the engines, nacelles, avionics, escape slides, landing gear, flight controls, wheels, and brakes. As well as preserving parts that can be sold, scrapping commercial aircraft has an environmental cost too. Dismantlers are always keen to repurpose, recycle, or reuse as much of the airframe as possible to minimize waste generated by the process. Some elements are environmentally hazardous, such as the hydraulic fluid, oil, and fuel. These need to be handled sensitively to avoid it damaging the environment. All this means that scrapping a 747 is a methodical and precise process. Scrapping a 747 works in 5 key stages. First, the fluids are drained down from the aircraft. This includes any fuel, oil, and hydraulic fluid from the systems and components. These fluids must be safely stored and disposed of to avoid contamination of the local environment. Next, the giant engines are carefully removed. These elephant-sized jets can fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars on the second-hand market, but are incredibly delicate and need to be removed with absolute precision. Thirdly, the scrappers must remove and list out any resaleable parts. A Boeing 747 contains around 6 million parts, many of which can be overhauled and sold on the second-hand market. Typically, 30% of the aircraft will be reused in other 747s. Fourth, and something fairly unique to the 747, is the safe removal of hazardous material. Notably, earlier versions of the 747 used depleted uranium as counterweights, with each aircraft containing between 692 and 1,059 pounds of this material. In 1981, these were replaced with tungsten, but for the 550 aircraft built between 1968 and 1981, this must be carefully extracted and sent to safe storage. Finally, the remaining metal is torn down rather unceremoniously, often using a digger to tear through the fuselage. Mark Gregory, Marketing Director of Air Salvage International at Cotswold Airport in the UK, revealed that after removing 130 tons of equipment from the airframe, the company just tears through the 100-ton aircraft shell to break it down. The final part of the demolition is much less precise. A 747 contains around 66 tons of high-strength aluminium, much of which will be recycled into everything from bike frames to drink cans. Overall, when a 747 is scrapped, the dismantler can hope to recover around $6.8 million. With production ending in 2023, the clock is ticking for the iconic airliner. We're likely to see many more undergoing dismantling over the coming years. Did you know that we publish over 175 stories every single week on simpleflying.com? Be sure to check the link in the description for more great stories just like this. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe before you go.